Hey, what's going on? Mathew, Tamin here. Listen, I hope that you're having a wonderful, magnificent, and an incredible day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. I'm really excited about today's show because I want to help to inspire you, encourage you, and motivate you. You know, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been broke? Have you ever just gotten to a point in your life where you feel like, man, you just hit this wall? Like everything you're doing is just going out the window, like nothing is working, especially as an entrepreneur. That is a very hard place to be in. And I hit that for me a few years ago, where I got to this place in my business, my career, that it seemed like I just hit this wall and nothing that I was doing. I mean, I prayed, nothing changed. I did research, I did marketing, and I just kept pushing, but it seemed like nothing was happening. So what do you do as an entrepreneur when you hit that wall? What do you do when you get to a place in your business where it's something like you're stuck, like you just have this ceiling over you, this brick wall that you can't seem to get past? I want to give you a few things today that hopefully would shed some light on why you hit that wall and how to be able to break through that wall. And I mean, literally just bust through it so you can begin to see things change in your business. Well, for me, you know, I realized that I finally got in a place that I really wanted more. But the more was to get more, not necessarily was more client, but you wanted to get your revenue to a certain level. But it's like, man, things are just not working out. And for a while, I was so stressed out about that. You know, I sometimes used to just lock myself somewhere, just sit there for hours sometimes. There are times that I lock myself in a room just by myself for 24 hours. I didn't answer any phone calls. I didn't have any text messaging. I didn't talk to anybody. Yes. And I did this for about a month. That one day out the week, I just went to just talk to God and just me, and just I didn't get bothered by anyone for 24 hours. I just sat in the same position. And I began to think about all the things that what is going on. And I prayed, man, nothing was happening. I did everything that you're supposed to do, nothing moved. And I'm like, man, this is it. You know, I'm done. So anyway, I went to apply for a job. I started applying for different jobs. And I put out about 50 applications. And I didn't get anything, you know, I didn't get as much back. I was getting a lot of callbacks because when they saw my resume, the skill set that I had, you know, they reached out to me. But most of the jobs that got back to me was it's just something that I wasn't interested in. I had this one job. They wanted me to go in a Walmart or in a store or something, and you secretly record the pricing or there's some crazy stuff. And I had different ones, all different stuff that just wasn't there. But then I finally got something and it was okay. And even while I worked that job, and by the way, that job lasted for about a month, if even that, something happened. It just seemed like out of the blue, all the stuff that I've been doing that seemed like it wasn't working. I started getting people starting to reach out to me. At the lowest point in my life, the lowest point in my business, out of nowhere, I started getting emails from people, you know, we want you to do this. We want you to do that. And things change. And then I remember it was one time during this time frame that I had, you know, one of the largest checks that I ever got. And it was just like, whoa, you know. So I began to wonder, why was it that I went through that drought? Why did I have to go through that before things could change? And I realized one thing, that you are where you are because of the decisions that you make. Don't blame anybody else for where you're at right now. So if you don't like it, I want you to go in the bathroom, look in the mirror, and blame the person that you're looking at. See, a lot of times we get in this complaining mentality. We want to blame everybody else about what's going wrong in our lives. And I had to look in the mirror and I said, Mathew, you are where you are because of the choices and decisions that you make. Now, there are times when you make good decisions from your perspective and things don't go according to plan. That sometimes just happen. But I found myself in that predicament And I had to realize that, okay, I can just stay in this predicament and just complain like most people do and just cry, or I can do something about it. So first I had to understand that the position or the predicament that I found myself in, no one else was going to get me out of it. No one else but me. So I had to take a moment to regroup and re-strategize. But something incredible happened during that downtime. I began to realize other skill sets that I have that I'd ignored for so long. See, something happens when you're broke. You notice so many things about yourself. You begin to pay attention to things about you that you had not paid attention to before at all. And I began to realize, like, wow, there's so much more to me than, like, why am I in this predicament? Why? I have this skill set and I have this and I have that. But you begin to realize that you have so much more to offer when you are broke. Because when you're broke, guess what? You become isolated. It's just you and nobody else, you and God and nobody else with you. And you begin to have some introspect, and you begin to examine every part of your life. You begin to look at your relationships, your business, the choices and decisions that you've made to get you to that point, and you begin to analyze things. So what I began to do is I began to break down every major decision that I made up to that point, why I made that decision, and what consequences came as a result of that decision. So when you're going through a downtime, when you seem like you're broke, I want you to analyze, look at all the decisions that led up to your current predicament right now. Maybe you're watching this and you're like, man, I have nothing. Matter of fact, I got an email from someone. I always get a bunch of emails, and this guy, he was just saying that, he went through some stuff, relationship stuff, and he lost everything. His baby mama trying to, take the kids from him, and, a whole bunch of stuff that happened. And one of the things that I tell people is this: I want you to first look in the mirror. The reason why you are where you are is because of the person that is staring back at you. Don't blame other people. Get out that victim mentality. Stop being a victim so much. As long as you stay a victim, you will never heal. As long as you remain a victim, you will never succeed. As long as you remain a victim, you will never make any type of progress at all. So you have to get out that victim mentality. It happened. You're broke. You had money. You lost it. Get over it. Your car got repossessed. Get over it. You lost a loved one. Get over it. I know that sounds harsh, but sometimes we put ourselves in this pity party. Oh, I'm just so down. No one cares about me. No one loves me. Oh, goo goo gaga. Get over it. Get over it. I know that sounds to people like, Mathew, that's cold. Get over it. Your predicament will not change as long as you stay in that pity party mentality. You have to find a solution to why you got to where you are. No one else can. Maybe sometimes you have to change your circle of friends. Sometimes the people that you're connected with are your greatest downfall. Let me say that again. The people that you are connected with, sometimes they are your greatest downfall. They are this excess weight that you need to get rid of. This excess weight that is just dragging you down. You have to get rid of them. So I want you to look at the decisions that you've made up to this point in your life. Can you honestly say that you're satisfied with those decisions? Now, for me, up to this point in my life, everything that I wanted to do, to pursue, whether I failed or whether I succeeded, I did it. And you have to have that mentality of everything that you feel that you need to accomplish, you need to move forward with it. Stop having a pity party for yourself. Pick yourself up and keep it moving. If you gotta get a job in the meantime, do that. If you gotta get some help from a family member that can help you or someone else, get the help. And sometimes a lot of us suffer in silence. We don't get the help that we need. We are dying in secret. We're dying in silence. You're struggling. You need help. And people that will be willing to stretch out their arms and say, come on, brother, let me pull you up. Come on, sister, let me pull you up. But you are dying in silence. all because you're so proud. You have this pride in you. I can do this by myself. You cannot do it by yourself. You can't. Stop trying to. As long as you stay in that secretive mode, you are going to die quietly. You're going to die. I mean, sometimes not just a mental death, which is horrible, but there are people who have just died because of isolation. And that's one thing too that I realized is that during the time of isolation, you begin to notice how sharp and how strong your mind is. You have an incredible mind, and you have to use it. So what I'm saying to you is this: look in the mirror, blame that person you're looking at. Break out of this victim mentality, this victim role. I'm a victim. Break out of it. Examine the circle of friends that you have, the people that are around you the most. Are they helping you? And that's why for me, most of the people I'm around is pretty much just my kids, and I realized that the path that's been set before me, I don't go to parties. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't go to bars and all that stuff. I have no desire to drink, no desire to go to parties and clubs and go. I just don't have that desire. I never have as a kid. So I'm always by myself because I spend so much time studying, learning, growing, improving, because I want to pay now and play later. I'm not trying to be 60, 70 years old, God permits me to live that long, and get a job, at a McDonald's. Not that something's wrong working at McDonald's or Walmart, but I'm not trying to be 60, 70 years trying to get a job at Walmart or McDonald's and, cleaning floors or being a cashier. I'm not doing that. So I had to make sure that I do everything that I need to do right now so I can enjoy the success that I worked hard for later on. But being broke really saved my business, because it was during that time that I had the opportunity to really clear my mind. See, when you got money, your mind is just so fogged up sometimes. You don't see clearly. You don't, because especially when you come from poverty, when you get a little bit of money, you're trying to splurge and buy things you don't need. You're trying to get the latest shoes, the latest gadgets, the latest this and that. And then once all that money is gone, you're like, man, did I really need that? The newest cell phone? Did I really need to get those shoes? Did I really need to get this and get that brand new car? And the answer is no. When your head clears up, and that's what being broke does to you, it clears your head up, you realize that the money you had before, you wasted it. And 90% of the things you bought, you did not need. 90% of it. But you just got caught up with this compulsive buying habit to just get things and give this to this one, give that to that one. You can do this. This is your time for you to get back on track. Stop having a pity party over yourself. You lost it all, get up. You messed up, get up. You can't figure it out, get up and keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep learning. Keep growing. Connect with people that can help you, to motivate you. Connect with people that can push you. Connect with people that will inspire, encourage, and motivate you to keep going higher and higher and higher. And I guarantee you, the next time that you hit that wall, you're going to smash right through it. And remember this, every problem that you face in life has a solution to it. And I realized for me that the reason why I was in certain predicaments, because the solutions that could have got me out of it, those were not the solutions that I wanted. Sometimes you're in a certain predicament and there's a solution to get you out of it, but that's not the solution that you think is it doesn't feel good for you. And sometimes the best solutions are the most painful ones. Let me say that again. Sometimes in your life, in your business, the best solutions are the most painful ones. Sometimes maybe you got a partner and things not working out. Sometimes the best thing to do to get rid of the partner, you guys split, go your separate ways. And sometimes you got friends, they're not helping you. The best thing to do is to get rid of those friends. But you got this.